Hi, first of all, I want to say thank you for your interest in my training on 4 steps to writing an IELTS 7.0 essay. During this series of 4 short videos, I'll be addressing 4 areas you need to work on in order to ensure that you do well in your IELTS essay. These are the areas I teach my students, and many of them have achieved IELTS 7.0 as a result. Here's just some proof that what I'm going to share works. Over the past few months, I've received many messages from my students. Here's 2 of them. One of my students, Ivan, scored 8 overall, as you can see. Another one, Janella, scored 7.5 for her writing. I showed you these 2 testimonials so you know that what I'm going to teach you works. I'm not just someone creating this video with no experience in teaching IELTS. No, I've had over 5 years of specializing in preparing students for the IELTS exam. These videos won't be long, but they'll summarize the main areas you need to work on in order to get a good IELTS writing score. So please pay attention as I talk about the first area in this first video. The first area is getting your essay structure correct. This is how an essay should look like. As you can see, it's a very formal piece of writing. You're not asked just to write something about a topic. You're asked to write a formal essay with proper structure, organization, and paragraphing. Most essays should have either 4 or 5 paragraphs. You shouldn't have 3 paragraphs, and you probably shouldn't have 6 paragraphs. Either 4 or 5 is generally accepted as a good number. Let's get a bit more in depth. Here's a worksheet I give to my students. Let's take a look first at the question on top. Every IELTS essay question has 2 parts, the topic part in yellow and the question part in green. In your first paragraph, you want to have 2 sentences that address those 2 parts. Your first sentence should be a paraphrase of the topic. That means you should use different words and phrases to express the same meaning as what's in the topic. The second sentence is called your thesis. Here you're going to address the question and you're going to tell the reader what you're going to discuss in the body paragraphs. So that's the first paragraph of the essay. Just 2 sentences is enough. Let's take a closer look at what's written. The topic in yellow is: in some countries, young people are encouraged to work or travel for a year between finishing high school and starting university studies. The paraphrase is: in various nations around the world, many people advocate taking a gap year in order to work or travel before beginning one's tertiary education. The question in green: discuss the advantages and disadvantages for young people who decide to do this. And your thesis: while this offers a few advantages, there are also some disadvantages which are worth considering. As you can see, the first sentence in the first paragraph paraphrases the topic, while the thesis addresses the question. Let's move on to the body paragraphs, paragraphs 2 and 3. As you can see, there are 2 questions to address: the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages will be addressed in paragraph 2 and the disadvantages will be addressed in paragraph 3. Let's start with paragraph 2. The first sentence is called the topic sentence. This is red in color. The topic sentence addresses what the whole paragraph is about. In this essay, the second paragraph would be about the advantages. Therefore, the topic sentence lets you know that. The topic sentence here is: there are 2 main benefits to students traveling or working before their university education. After the topic sentence, you have the first main point. That's green in color. This is the first advantage. The first main point is: firstly, through traveling, they will be able to expand their horizons. After this first main point, you have supporting sentences, which are purple in color. Supporting sentences support your main point. They give reasons, examples, and results. It is important to not just have main points but also supporting sentences. The examiner doesn't want to see you having many main points. He or she wants to see a few main points, and each of them needs to be expanded upon with supporting sentences. So here, the supporting sentences are: when students go overseas, they will be exposed to different cultures and customs. As a result, they will gain a deeper understanding of the world. Next, you have another main point, your second main point. Then after this, you have supporting sentences. Do you see the pattern here? After every main point, you need some supporting sentences to back up your main points. So the second main point and supporting sentences are: in addition, students who work will learn to appreciate the value of money. This is because they will realize the hard work involved in earning money. Consequently, they will think more before purchasing anything they desire and may become less impulsive in their spending. So that completes the first body paragraph, which talks about 2 advantages. Let's go to the third paragraph. The exact same pattern is here. Topic sentence in red, first main point in green, 2 supporting sentences in purple. Then you go to the second main point in green and 2 supporting sentences in purple. The only difference is that in this third paragraph, you're discussing disadvantages, not advantages. Let's go through the third paragraph. On the other hand, various drawbacks may be noted. In the first place, traveling could cause people to feel homesick. Many students have not been apart from their family and friends before, so when they travel, they may miss these people. In extreme circumstances, students may even become depressed. Additionally, students who work may not want to return to their studies. The reason for this is that they may enjoy earning money and becoming financially independent. Therefore, their whole future could be affected negatively, as these days it is very important for everyone to graduate with a degree in order to be competitive in the job market. So as you can see, the format of the third paragraph is the same as the second paragraph. Finally, let's get to the fourth paragraph, the conclusion paragraph. There are 2 main elements in this paragraph. The first element is a summary of the main points. The second is some form of recommendation. You don't really need to write a recommendation, but the summary is important. Let's look at that in detail. Do you see how I summarized the 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages? I also use different words and phrases to express the same points mentioned in the body paragraphs. It's always important to use a range of vocabulary and not repeat yourself. So let's go through the conclusion. In conclusion, if students take a gap year, they could gain invaluable experience and learn to become more independent in relation to money. However, they may also become homesick and end up not continuing their studies. Therefore, it is necessary to weigh the benefits against the drawbacks carefully before coming to a decision as to whether students should go on such an adventure. So that completes your essay. There's structure to it and it's organized. There's so much more I can teach, but I have to stop here. This is the first important step to writing an IELTS 7.0 essay. Get your essay structure correct. I hope I've given you a lot to think about. This is just one worksheet I give my students. For the writing component alone, I give my students over 60 pages of notes and worksheets. I go into much more detail than I've gone through here. If you are interested to find out more about my classes and the materials I give my students, you can click the link at the top right hand corner of this video. Alternatively, you could go also to www.ieltsuniversity.com. Because I love to help students, I'm giving away a 30-minute free one-to-one IELTS lesson with me worth over $50. One lucky winner will be selected for this free consultation. You can ask me anything you want and even get me to correct your IELTS essay through a recorded video call. I'm totally yours for 30 minutes. In order to qualify, you need to do 3 things below. Firstly, like this page on Facebook. Secondly, share this page on Facebook. Thirdly, write a comment about what you learned from this video. But before you click post, make sure you tick also post on Facebook. You have to complete all 3 steps to stand a chance to win. I've also created a document that contains the essay, a checklist, and a quiz, and it's totally free. Just click the link to get the document. And finally, watch out for my second video tomorrow. It'll be in your email. If you haven't subscribed to my video series, just click the button to subscribe to it. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.